Hi, welcome to a spectacular Saturday morning in sunny Stonehouse. It's hard to remember when we last had rain. It's a rarity these days at the moment. Today got to take a walk up right away towards Overwood quarry, and got to show you a wee bit of the quarry. Got to take a walk along the Candor River, see what we can see there. But this is a walk is not usually done very often, so it's a place that many of you won't have seen before. Just to say, there is a wee slight change in the rules this week. Although you still got to stay in the local area, you can now walk 5 miles from your household for exercise, which enables me actually to go to a couple of other places which I haven't previously taken to in the weeks sort of past. So we'll maybe have a wee look at maybe going to Candor Moss and a wee walk up to the Glisser Stains as well. But just to give you an idea of where we are here, that's you just looking up what is Spittle Road, which leads on from Union Street, which is just down the bottom of the brae there, and up to the cross. If you look over the hill there, that takes you up to Burnt Crooks and the Nyuck, and then up to Lowland Rig, and then up to Highland Rig. But we're going to take this walk along here, and don't know if you can see it very well. This is a right away sign I put in many years ago. Takes you to Bog Hall Road. Says Stonehouse 1 mile, and that's a bit approximate. There's lots of different ways you can actually take from here, but one thing it's worth noting when you are coming along here is that you've got to just check in the field here to see if there's any cows, especially bulls. Occasionally get an odd bull in here. If there is, don't even take the chance, it's not worth it. So, nice wee easy stretch here. This is a public right of way, as I say. It was used certainly for the last couple of 100 years, or should I say from 50 years and back, as one of the main routes to access the mines at Broomhill. I'll just try to see if that's actually padlocked where it shouldn't be. However, just at the right hand side here, which is okay. So you can just get around there and there. So if you haven't had too many fish suppers, mind there's a wee nook just at the edge there. That's great. That's just been put in there to assist you. So when you get down here, just follow the path. You're heading for the bridge up there. And what a grand view you've got around the village there. That's you looking to Patterson Church and then up to Murray Drive on the right there. This is a well trodden path, as I say, indeed. Past for the miners accessing Broomhill and all the various mine shafts there, Candor Rig, and there's various shafts by the name of Candor Rig. Some of these places you can still find some of the old shafts. And if you look just up to here, you'll see two trees that they've been there since I've been away. They just slightly hang to the left there, but that field just in front of them is the Grosset now, and that's where the ancient fairs used to take place. And the circus came, Pinderord Circus, what was it? Oh, can't mind it's not the Chippendales, it's the something else. Can't mind. Anyway, there's about 4 different circuses have come to that field there. Again, going back hundreds of years. But that field, as I say, called Grosset now, was also the site of what was one of the biggest markets in the south of Scotland. In fact, it's said that it was between 200 and 300 years ago that all the prices of the cattle used to be based on the market, the cattle market at that fair. And you sometimes get the guys out there with the metal detectors, as I have in days past. I went out with John Gavin one day and kept finding things and digging up and finding nothing. Wasn't it 2 hours later I realised with the steel toe cap boots on. But there you go. So that was my first experience of metal detecting. So aye, bonny fields out here. You can just see the Dovedale recycling plant in the distance there. So you're heading over this brig here. Aye, what a lovely day. Ah, you get the smell of the countryside here as well. It's been a few days when I've been putting on my new shirt and realised that they've been spraying the fields. I can see the coos in the distance. I need to see if I can find a detour round about them. I might actually get into the field by them. Now, when you get to here, it's worth looking out of the brig. I'm just at the wee bridge here, and that's the old railway which went into Stonehouse, and that came from the other side, and that takes you to Lesmahago through Blackwood Way, Kirkmere Hill, and that was a nice wee run this day. Gone long before I was here as a passenger service, but you can actually follow that all the way up to Town Hill. Now, what I'm going to have to find, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut through. As you can see down at the bottom there, the cows are in the field at the far end there. If you get in a difficulty, just go into the neighbouring field, just follow the hedge line though, just to avoid doing any damage to any crops that are there. Now the actual route of this walk can take a few courses. I would have normally actually followed that hedge down where the cows are, over to Overwood, but I'm going to get around about the cows, and I'll show you another couple of options you've got by coming this way. So just following the path again, easiest way to do it. You come up this way. You can see the full extent of the Dovedale there. I'll tell you about that in a wee while. Now today, for a wee change, I'm actually going to be crossing the river. So that's why I've got my trousers on. And there might be a wee bit of nettles on the way as well, so I'm not taking the chance. I'll keep my manhood intact. I'm going to carry on just a wee bit just to show you. I'm going to take a slightly different route. Now I'll just go up to the fence here, see, because what you're on the right way, but you can take this route and it joins up with another right away to the Watson. I'll be doing that another day. It takes you in a loop round Watson Farm up to Bog Hall. I'll show you where it is though. And then I'll turn it to the south and I'll join you down at the river. Might be worth pointing out, right at the bottom of the field, right in the centre there, you'll see what appears to be an artificial mound. It's actually an old bing, and that's some of what was left over from a mine that used to be down there, a coal mine. I'll tell you about that later as well. Yeah, here we are. You get up to the fence here, and I can actually already see it. When you get to the fence, you'll see that the pathway just carries on. So it's quite clear, so if you're wanting to do just the easy loop, then that's the way you cut through. Just again, if you are passing through any kind of farmhouses areas, try to keep the noise down, make sure you take your rubbish with you as well, make sure you lock the gates as well, because these are working farms. So that's just a wee, that's just to show you where to go. And so there's open the gate, don't climb over the gate, because they can get broken, they're not as strong as you think. and that's the Watson Road right away. And when you get to the end there, you'll come to a T-junction where you can actually cut across to the right hand side, which will take you to the Dovedale right away, where you need to cross the river at one point where there used to be stepping stones, but they've been taken away. And that takes you up to Carlisle Road. We'll do that another day, and again we'll do the Watson right away another day as well. So however, we're not going that way today, so I'm going to take a walk down to the Bing there, and I'll join you at the bottom. This is just into the Candor River now. The difficulty coming this walk, and I don't recommend it because more often than not you do see the coos, is to follow the river itself. That's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to go in the river and just walk up the river to Overwood. It's actually easier way to go, and if you don't mind getting wet, it's quite nice. And that way you avoid the coos as well. They don't tend to eat you if you're in the river. So, oh you dancer, there a duck going up the river there. You'll see plenty of ducks, and if they dart at the side, you'll absolutely kick yourself. So, I'm glad I wear my trousers today. It's a wee bit on the jaggy side. There's plenty in the field here. In fact, I'm surprised there's so many buttercups, because the buttercups are actually poisonous to the cows. Right, there we go. Some lovely wee flowers here. A wee bit of the speedwell there. A wee bit of crosswort as well. And a lot of people. This is quite interesting actually. The Candor River. I'm just looking up here. That's you heading back towards Stonehouse there. I'm looking upriver, and that eventually takes you up to Tanhill. It's a lovely wee bit of river, and I think it's a cracking bit for a lunch. But as I say, the negative side is the cows. But if you are coming here, just stay well clear of them. It's not worth the chance. And certainly, it's if you're doing risk assessments, it's one of the biggest issues I need to deal with when I take folk along. You will find fossils here if you know what you're looking for, which is half the battle. And the water does smell a wee bit because obviously the cookie will be flooding in. I'm kind of selling this to you, haven't I? But no, it's a lovely wee spot, especially when the sun's coming out. So I'm going to follow this upriver a wee bit, and I'll catch you a wee bit further on, where I'll see if I can stand my 2 feet here. But there we go, I'm in the water now. That's it. I'm wet now. Oh aye, that's it. Just watch yourself. You are following the river. It is kind of a wee bit slippy. Watch your footing. And mind to take your phone with you as well, just in case you have an accident. Try not to do this walk yourself unless you know where you're going. I've walked it quite a few times myself, and it's a lovely walk. But you don't want to take a chance you'll come a cropper. What you'll also find along the river here is you'll find on occasion the trout come up here to spawn, but I haven't seen them for some time. Used to come up here in abundance. But what you immediately hear is the sounds of the birds. Absolutely amazing. And the butterflies, and just the wildlife seems a wee bit more timid than elsewhere. You can hear the ducks up ahead. Two just flying overhead. Oh great, there's a coos in the water up ahead. Right, I'm going to turn this off, and I'll catch a wee bit further on where the river meets Overwood, and we'll take a wee venture in. That's me on the other side of the water for the Candor. I just came over to avoid the cows. They were kind of standing looking at me, thinking I might make a tasty meal. So we weren't taking any chances. I just crossed over to the other bank, and it's a lovely bank. That section over there actually is a lovely wee bit for your lunch, but bring a jacket or something to sit on, because there's a few cow pancakes over there. You don't want to make that mistake. So I just following this other edge for the now. There's some lovely wildflowers here. It's just abundant. Just watch your footing. As you've watched some of my walks in the past, you'll see I've come across it a few times. A lot of red campion as well. The other thing you'll get here in abundance is the bluebells as well. Although if you are looking for a bluebell forest, as some folk have been looking for, probably the best bit is actually up through Blackwood Estate. There's some lovely sections of the bluebells there. Aye. See, these trees have probably been just put in to actually support the banking, because the hillside, the left hand side of it, Dovedale was just so high. So I think it's to protect the water from further erosion. What's quite interesting is on the river itself, I've come out of the water obviously, but if you're in the water you can see that some of the surrounds of the Canda are actually supported by small walls. So there's been quite a bit of work done to assist folk in their travels. Just stick a big thorn in my arm there. Don't do that. I've just done it again. Aye. So again, just looking up towards Overwood now, and that's where I'm heading. So, you've seen a wee bit of the Canda here. Next stop, I'll show you a wee bit of the Overwood and what there is to see there. In fact, you can see there remains a lot of stone here. That's just been pushed to the side of the field by the looks of it. Okay, right. Catch you soon. I don't know if you could see that just up yonder. There's a large buzzard. There's actually two of them. I can hear another one now. I thought I'd just take you up a wee stretch of the water. There it is there. Just up in the sky, you can hear it. Fantastic. There's two of them there. I reckon I'm probably quite near the nest. Anyway, without further ado, just going to take you into the water here. Just show you a wee bit upriver. How's that? That's fantastic. And I'll tell you, it's quite soothing underfoot as well. Just looking up the other side of the water there. The water's not deep. You're only probably going as deep as you're just short of the gingangs. Aye, you're not going to get super wet. But make sure you're wearing a decent pair of socks, or you'll end up getting chaffing and blisters. So aye, lovely. I'm just going to take you up to the Overwood entrance now, and then for there I'll take you in. You can actually, this is a lovely wee bit. If you look over at the rock strata on the other side there, just incredible. It forms a kind of natural barrier there for the river to meander along. Absolutely fantastic. There's a new fence been put up here as well. As I say, keep to the fences, keep to the edge of the fences. They're there for a purpose, and partly for your protection as well, of course. Another thing you'll find occasionally in the water, I haven't seen any today, but you'll get common eels. They grow to quite a size. I found one that's about maybe 14-16 inches in length, and it scared the living daylights out of me the first time I saw it in the water. I thought it was some kind of sea snake. That's what happens when you walk alone, you start to imagine things. But wow, look at that, absolutely beautiful. And you just hear the water trickling by. Then we come to what is the entrance to Overwood Quarry, and it's covered in we'll get some lovely what do you call it again, bugle, I think that is. Aye, I know a lot about floors around here, but sometimes if they're not that common, I'm struggling a bit. But where we are now, you can see a fence here, so that's obviously an entrance way in. This has changed greatly since I was coming here as a boy, but this is the actual ford that took you in to the Overwood Quarry itself. we just get across over here. First time I think I came across here, my granny was with me, and she fell in the water here, and she's going, help me up, help me up. And I says to her, no, you just stay where you are while I take a photograph first, and I still got that photograph. Aye. She didn't come in many of my walks, funnily enough. No, that's not true, she loved coming walking, that's probably where I get it from in some degree. So aye, so if you can actually follow the water all the way up there, and it's a lovely walk. Today I'm taking you into the quarry. This is as far south as we're going to go today, the quarry. I'm actually going to get back up the river again and show you a couple of sites on the river. The Candor heading back. But it's equally nice going the other way, because you'll find the remains of an old mill at Overwood in the water. And it's probably in the region of 20-25 foot high. The wall still remains there. This is absolutely unrecognisable from the last time I was here. There's obviously Old Robbie bear died unfortunately a few months ago, and it was bought by the folks at Dillsdale. So it's been used for recycling, infill and so on, and there's been major works here, and there's very little sign of the old Overwood, unfortunately. But I'll tell you a wee bit about it anyway. In fact, there we go, that's probably a stone from, it's been kind of finished off on one side. Quite interesting. What we have here is a sandstone quarry, which dates to about 1870, and that sandstone provided all the sandstone, not just locally, but for a number of towns and cities across Scotland. The quality of it at the time was thought to be very good, so much so that Rennie Mackintosh, Charles Rennie Mackintosh, he actually used it to construct the lighthouse in Glasgow, and it was also used to make the stock exchange. Some of you might also know the Mitchell Library as well. These are all prominent buildings. The Herald building as well. All substantial buildings. And I'll just give you a kind of overview for the top here. I'll just take a donner up here. Fantastic. So this has now been built over, but it's a wee bit of history. At its peak, just looking down the other side to the river below the gorge, at its peak, there was actually 200 people working in here around about 1893. But its demise came about 1910, when there was only about 30 people working at the time. In 1893 it was actually, if I can remember rightly, Stevenson and Baird who were the owners. I'm presuming that Baird has a connection to the Stonehouse Bears. And it done quite well, and they made a good business of it, but unfortunately they found that the sandstone here weathered quite badly on one side. So it looks as if all the old buildings which were here before, unfortunately the last of them have been taken away, and this whole hillside here, you see at the left here, was not there. And either there was trackways along the river, but aye, it's a wee bit of history lost. You used to get the deer up here, that's all gone there. And there you've got the Dovedale up in the distance there. So aye, so much changed. So that's as far as we're going to kind of take it today. Got to head back down to the river now. Worth remembering that the Overwood wasn't just a sandstone quarry. It was also a mine as well. Between 1937 and I think 1955 there was a coal mine here which employed, at its height, just a small number of men, 34 men, and it thrived for a wee time as well. But like so many of the coal mines, they disappeared, and where we've just come from today, that right away, this is where it took you to. And if you look carefully up here, you can actually see the remnants of some bits of the works there. There's some stonework on the side there. We've actually got some old photographs of Overwood around about 1900. I'll maybe post them later, and one of them includes a guy called Dick the Crane Man, and you should see the size of this crane and the cutting machine. It's absolutely enormous. However, as you can imagine, there's quite a lot of accidents there, and Dr. Ray, who was a local doctor at the time, Alec Ray, would be up here regular, taking limbs off folk and taking the body back to their family quite often. So it was a dangerous work. So that's Overwood Quarry. You don't actually need to come into the site to sell. It's no worth seeing now. It's just it's gone. It's gone. A wee bit of history is lost there, but some of the stone still remains. So that's it. So I'll get you back down at the river here, and I'll find you a wee bit further up the water again, where hopefully, if I don't fall in, I'll take you to what remains of an old mill wheel, which is still to be found on the river. So that's what you're looking for. There's a crossing, the ford. My trousers are absolutely soaking. Right, so we'll turn it off at that. So that was Overwood. It's worth a donor, but it's not the easiest place to get to. Wouldn't recommend it for young children, unless maybe a second age is fine. But just stick to the edge of the field, and if there are coos, as I say, do not go in, or just follow the other side of the fence, but you can find the route then. Aye, catch you soon. Wee willy wagtail just in the distance. You'll also see dipper down here, heron, and I have just seen the trout jumping in the water down here as well. Doesn't appear to be many, but it's good to see them here. It says the water's at least of a decent quality. So I just had a wee spot of lunch, followed the river up to the right for a little bit just for myself. It's hard going. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're very keen, and also if you're fairly fit as well. But wow, and that's the Candor River. We want to talk about the Avon. I don't know, it's a close run thing for me. Listen to the birds. Okay, I'll catch you up, river. Aye, apologies maybe for the quality of the picture here. Unfortunately I fell in the river and I broke my wee device that records the walk, so I'm having to use my camera. Just wanted to show you that view there. That was from the old coal bin just up in the hill there. I see the cows are starting to take an interest. That's it, just up there, and I've just followed that down, having come off the river, and I'm just going to take a wee walk down a pathway which takes me down to the Candor River. It'll serve me right. I try to do too many things at once. Found a fish, tried to take a photograph of the fish, fell in the water and get my wee recorder broken. So I don't know if it actually recorded anything or not from earlier on, which would be a shame because it's an absolutely amazing walk. So this is a lovely wee spot. Just do keep an eye out for the coos though. There was some here earlier which I managed to avoid. So this is me heading back up river. So just cutting across here. It's nice easy going. You've got a bit of cake underfoot, but nothing you can't wash off. You also, the dippers have been out as well. Unfortunately, I think the bit of footage I'd taken of the wagtails up, following them up the river has unfortunately been lost as well. Anyway, serves me right, that's what I get. But yeah, lovely. And you can see up the river there. Here we are just at the edge of the Candor. As I say, I don't know how good the quality of this is compared to the flip. Fortunately it's got a wee camera on it, so I'm going to take you into the water and try not to drop my camera. It'll be a very expensive visit. It's lovely and cool. It's not much more than a couple of feet deep. It is a bit slidey underfoot though. You're actually just off the Dovedale crossing. There used to be, Dovedale's just up the hill there, where there's also joins right away. But you're just on the Candor where probably about 20 years ago there used to be stepping stones along here, 25 years ago. Unfortunately they've been lost now. But if you are crossing the Candor from the Watson, this is where you would do it, and it takes you up the hill there and it joins right away, though you'll need the guidebook just to show you exactly where it goes, because there's been a detour. And what a lovely view upriver. It's actually not cold, it's nice and warm. As you can see just to my side there, try to concentrate on my feet here. A lot of bluebells down here as well. Lovely bit of the river. Lots of wee minnows, but yeah, this is obviously a natural forded area, and it is a good bit for crossing. But saying that, you can cross at most areas on the Candor in low water. So I'll just show you back round. Lovely. Been down here for my lunch a few times, and it just bends back round and to the left, to the right, and meanders upriver. So I prefer to walk in the water myself. It's actually easier than going over all the fences and the hedges, and it's quite soothing underfoot. And it's only a wee, it's not deep at all. There we go, gives you an idea. I'm only in a few inches of water here. However, further down the Candor, where the Candor is at Telfer's Brig, it's a lot deeper there, and there are some deep holes, so it's a very different section, so I would urge you not to do that. And if you are coming down here, certainly bring somebody with you. Okay, so you've walked a wee section of the Candor with me. I'll see you later on. Yeah, that's us looking up towards Dovedale, which is covered in the broom at the moment. Just down to the right, get a Candor. Just come out off for a wee bit. It's a bit slippy underfoot. You're looking over towards kind of Watson the other side of there. You've got a nice wee glaried area here, lovely, full of butterflies and the birds whistling away. I know it's living in there, but I fear to put my head out in case something comes flying out of there. Yeah. So, I'm bunny a wee bit of the Candor. I'm not sure there's better. Fantastic. And the water just trickling over the top there. Tremendous. Just going to take you down to the water again. Cows have been down here. It's a nice big cow pies there. Always try to glide your feet across the top of the rock strata there. See how skinny it is, how slidey it is. Brilliant. This is my wee favourite bit. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And a nice bit to come down to, but not the easiest to find if you've not been here before. But up to the left hand side, you've got a lovely big open space here.
Again, you do need to watch that the cows are not here. They're up the other side of the field at the moment. But you've got a natural big, it looks like a big amphitheatre area here, and it's just lovely, and it's right in your doorstep in Stonehouse, and very few people make the time and effort to come and explore this bit, which partly is the attraction of this. So we'll walk along the riverbank a wee bit. Birds are whistling away, probably laughing at me having fallen in the water earlier on with an Egypt. Tell you what, these walks have cost me a fortune, bloody batteries. I think I've kept likes of these I've already and all the rest of it afloat during this time. Oh, there's a duck. Yeah, the red campion's out. Fantastic. A lot of the bugle, a lot of the Spanish bluebells as well. Glorious. A lot of just back there was a lot of marsh marigolds. The marsh marigolds. So just taking a wee look around there. Big open expansive field there. Following the water all the way up to the Blackwood estate, which we'll leave for another time. See, somebody's been having a wee fire here. Unfortunately, I've left the cans and a mess behind. Talked about that before, but obviously there's some folk just would take a telling. But so I'll just leave it at that, and I'll join you a wee bit further up whenever again. Just a wee bit further along the river, just avoided the cows and the other bank. They were a bit more surprised to see me than I was to see them. Fantastic, look at the red coming through there. That's just the ochre, just a natural thing. And now we're looking up river, and we'll soon be upon the Candor Mill a wee bit further up. Just wanted to show you that wee bit of the red ochre there. So I think I'll cut across the field here and hopefully avoid the bull. See how we get on. I think this is the route down for the cows actually, where it looks at, and I think they've been here recently. So I'll just keep an eye out and stick near the water, cut through the reeds. Bonnie, great big blackthorn tree there. Again, looking round, you would never know you were just in the outskirts of Stonehouse here. We'll have a wee look at the side of the bank. A lot of ducks, buzzards. I haven't seen the sparrowhawks today, but I've seen them plenty in the past. And a nice wee section of the river, just cutting round the side of the burn there. In fact, I think I'll just get back in and follow the river again. Catch you up soon. I'm just at the Candor Mains farm. It's just up at the top of the hill there. Candor Mains. Site of Candor Fortalis, as Naismith called it in 1885. It probably was a keep, which would be a tower house, probably dating back to medieval, possibly even back to the Wars of Independence. So, but we have certainly got that back to about the 14th or 15th century. So I'll just take you a wee bit further down the Candor here. I'm literally in what is a couple of inches of water. and it's the easiest way to actually walk the Cander, but as I said before, you need to be very careful. Just at that point, that's where I got my backside. Nice bit of stonework there, solid, just at the side there, and it's sweet, quite nice underfoot. A couple of inches of water because there's hardly been any rain, but you do need to watch. If it has been heavy rain, don't bother even thinking about doing this because the water can rise fairly quickly. In fact, there's something I haven't seen for a good number of years. There's an old car in here which has been dumped many years ago. I forgot about this. I'm sure Mark Money will probably tell you what it is. But what you've also got right next to it is what looks like the remains of an old crossing. I think it's still some of the stonework there. But I would need to check the old maps, but I don't recall a crossing at this point. But there are many crossings which cross both the Cander and the Avon, which are no longer with us, including Miller's Brig, which is not too far from the caves. So you can see the foundations of the other side of the wall at this point. I'll need to check out my books. I don't remember having a record of this, but I would have taken probably a horse and cart over to the other side. So I'll follow up a wee bit further. Just round the bend, we'll be coming to Cander Mains. In fact, I think I've actually missed. I might actually have missed the bloody wheel, which I thought was somewhere along here. That's a shame. Aye, so lovely stretch of water there. We'll carry on a wee bit further up and follow the dippers up as we go. And grey wagtails here earlier as well. Yeah, not the easiest to walk on and record at the same time, but today, probably my favourite walk this year so far. See you soon. Well folks, that's us coming to the end of the walk. I'm not even sure if this is actually recorded. I hope so. I hope I'll get something from the walk you can maybe have enjoyed along the way with me. It was a fantastic walk and the weather couldn't have been better. Just to show you where we are as we finish up. I'm actually just below the wee bridge that crosses the Cander Mill Road. It's seen better days and I'm not sure how much longer it's going to survive, and it doesn't look great for below the brig, never mind the top, but anyway, there we go. So you've seen a wee bit of the Cander today. I'll need out if I see a wallop in Red Heed later on. I've got to put sun cream on, and I'm absolutely soaking right through, as is my wee recorder. I don't know if we'll get anything from it from the walk earlier on, I hope so. So that's a wee investment I'll need to make. it's been a costly day out, but you can't beat this. So please go and explore these places and get off the beaten track, but take them up with you just to make sure you don't get lost. Unfortunately, I missed just further up the river on the Cander. There's the remains of a mill wheel which used to turn grain using a hydraulic ram shaft up to Cander Mains, and I forgot to stop and actually look at it, and it's a bit of a trek back, so we'll leave that for another day. There's plenty more days left, I'm sure, in the sun, so without further ado, thanks again for joining us, and maybe see you next week. Bye for now.